Peace and greetings, everyone. Peace, peace, peace. Hope everyone's well. This is Divine Zeal coming here with a quick public service announcement, reminding you, do not be yourself. Do not, please, do not be yourself, whatever you do. Topic of this video is your true, authentic self. But what does that really mean, you know? And then, you know, they tell you to be yourself, but then they don't really tell you what to do after that, you know? So when I say authentic self, you know, that just means no superficial additives. That means nothing extra, you know, no additional accessories to your identity, your personal identity, you know, and that might mean like how you dress, how you talk, you know, the food you eat, the music you listen to, type of humans you hang out with, type of humans you don't hang out with, you know, cultural backgrounds, you know, which isn't cultural backgrounds that you grew up with, just maybe cultures you've appropriated, you know, and your political standing, your financial backings, you know, who your family is. A lot of this stuff makes up who yourself is, you know. I feel like the best way to find out who your authentic self is whenever you travel or go somewhere new. It could even just be to a different neighboring town, going to a different mall where you don't know anyone there, you know, just place you don't know anyone. Just see what resonates first. See how you respond to people, you know, that you have nothing to prove to, you know. See how you just naturally talk, but observe people's reactions too, you know. Like I could have a very deep voice, but I can also have a very soft, very higher pitched voice as well, speak very slower. But normally, you know, I grew up in Pittsburgh, you know, with a whole bunch of Pittsburgh niggas, and we be talking like this, and we be talking super fast, and then I went over to Philly, and then we were acting like this, and acting super lit, and then super, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you pick up all these different versions of yourself. Like me, I grew up in Pittsburgh, went to school at Temple University for 2 years in Northeast Philly, in the hood, like literally living in the hood, you know, and then I moved to the West Coast, and like everything changed, you know. But I still always try and wonder, like, what truly is my authentic self, you know. I feel like I'm never really trying to be anything special. I feel like that's why people really like me, or really resonate with me, because I'm just genuinely, you know, nice, peaceful, positive, progressive, productive, proactive person. But no, honestly, I'm like, you know, sometimes I can be zen, I can be hype, but it's just like, I feel like more so I'm like a chameleon in a sense of society. Like I just adapt, you know, or just appropriate in a positive way other people's energies, and I'm more so concerned about relating. Like I have a very relating like identity, you know. I could be around a whole bunch of Indian people, a whole bunch of Chinese people, a whole bunch of hood people from Philly, you know. I could be around, you know, a whole bunch of rich white girls, you know. Like I had a lot of white cheerleader friends you know, growing up in high school. So I have to always, you know, like sometimes when I was in Cali, when I wasn't hanging around the best people, you know, I was around a whole bunch of like older black dudes, some of them in and out of jail and stuff, you know, and I couldn't just come up all bubbly or, you know, suburban with them either. So sometimes there has to be more input, more context to the just be your authentic self, because just telling someone to just be yourself could be really dangerous, you know. That's why I say don't be yourself, you know. Just be who you need to be in the current situation, you know, because you can't ever forget that this is a survival planet, you know. It's the survival of the fittest, you know, especially with society. And it's not about being fake, but I feel like our authentic selves really evolves. It evolves as we move through this planet, you know, and that's really important to acknowledge. You know, it's been important for me, especially because I've been kind of nomadic the past 10 years. just having my one authentic self, just being myself, like just remaining the same Pittsburgh kid, you know, since 08, 2008, like that would not have done well for me, you know. So yeah, it's really something you have to acknowledge. First, you need to observe that there is no one authentic self, you know. And then once you understand that, it's not like you're going to be a psycho with multiple personalities, but you just have to always know, if you care, I don't know, sometimes, you know, just be whoever, because sometimes people are like, be yourself, even if people hate you for it, even if people make fun of you, and it's you know, like, I get that too, but just do what takes care of yourself best, you know. That's really what I could say, you know. And it's a work in progress, you know. I'm always working on who I want to be and who people think I am, and sometimes it's just fun to just break through all of that, you know. Like when I was in Mexico, I got to just be the raw version of myself, just stripped down, you know. And I really feel like everyone can just like really analyze, because it's just weird, like when I think of people, it's like I think of them linearly, you know. But yeah, when I think of certain friends and stuff, it's just like I think of them like linearly, like, oh, this person likes Wu-Tang, and this person, you know, only hangs out with white people, and this person, my Asian friend, only hangs out with these Asian people, and he only goes to the, you know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like we should be more dynamic, and I'm being really general, you know, but it's just like, I feel like people are just so sold to who they are, especially here in Oregon, in this hippie culture. It's like, people are like so sold and attached that they're like a hippie, and they have to go and listen to the same Grateful Dead shows, and it's just, you know, it's like it doesn't matter where you're at, you know. Like you go to New York, and there's people who only listen to New York music, and they only can be hood street dudes, and they can only fucking, you know, do the same stuff, you know. And but I feel like that's just how you develop, you know. Me having different selves, different identities, you know. I had friends that I could go to the skate park with, I had other friends I could go hiking and camping with, other friends we just sit, you know, make music and stuff, you know. But all these have created a dynamic self, you know. And that's what I would tell you. Don't be yourself. Don't be some, you know, self-help book version of your authentic self. But, you know, just be a dynamic self, you know. Always keep evolving and changing and molding. And that's really the best way you can just, you know, take advantage of any situation, you know. Not even take advantage, but just be in the best position, you know. Because sometimes I feel like not acknowledging who myself is allowed people to take advantage of me, you know, allowed people to mistreat me, allowed people to just throw me under their bus, you know, because maybe I didn't really know who I was, you know. But yeah, once again, in conclusion, don't be yourself, don't be your authentic self, just be your dynamic self, you know, infinite selves. And you'll be good. But as always, stay peaceful, stay positive, stay progressive, stay productive, and stay proactive. And I promise you, not only will you ever always be transforming into something just new, something just greater, something just that opens up new possibilities to you, you know. But you'll always, and I've always been blessed. Divine Zeal, signing out, somewhere in nature, somewhere in Oregon.